Okay.
Sorry, I thought it recorded. It started. Okay.
You're good. Right. Have you ever sent a text and has it caused a misunderstanding? I think we've all been in this situation before. I remember one specific time in high school, I accidentally did this. I got a text message from a friend and was confused about what it meant and thought it meant something different than what the person who was sending it to me actually meant. And then we had to later discuss and talk about it and clarify what he meant by his text message. Um, or maybe you've also been like me and you've received the text the wrong way. Today, I'm going to talk about why digital communication causes misunderstandings. So, the first reason why digital communication causes misunderstandings is because there isn't very much body language with it. Um, One can't tell facial expressions like you would in typical regular conversation. For example, in text messaging, you cannot tell if somebody's eyebrows go up or if they go down to show that they are pleased or displeased by what you said. Um, there's also no way to tell if somebody is upset or angry by their facial expressions. And so that is the first reason why digital communication is sometimes harder. The second reason why digital communication is sometimes harder than in-person communication is because there's no voice inflection. For example, maybe when you talk on the phone with a friend or you talk in person, you can kind of pick up on what the other person is saying because they'll say it a certain way. For example, if they're saying something sarcastic, you can pick up on the fact that they don't really mean what they're saying and they're just kind of being funny with it. Versus in a text message, you can't really tell that as easily. It's kind of more simple. Another thing would be text messaging. Sometimes people won't put question marks or they won't put an exclamation mark. So that can also make it harder to tell what somebody is saying. Versus when you're talking to somebody, they might shout to show exclamation, or they might say something in an inquisitive tone to show they're asking a question. So that is the second reason why digital communication can be harder at times. And then the third reason why digital communication can sometimes be harder is because, sometimes people don't elaborate as much in a text as they would in person. So, for example, when you're with somebody, you can just freely, easily talk. For example, if you're getting coffee with someone, you have the time to kind of share what you mean by something or explain or elaborate. Versus in a text message, you don't always have that option. Maybe you just got busy and you're going about your day trying to text someone, or you just don't want to type out a long paragraph, right? You just want to get one simple statement across. But on the receiving end of that, somebody might not realize that what you're saying because they just read that one line and assumed you meant something you didn't mean. So that could be the third reason why digital communication is sometimes harder. Um, I hope this speech helped all of us understand why it can be more difficult sometimes texting versus being in person. It's also a reminder sometimes to not feel as embarrassed if you read a text the wrong way, or if you maybe didn't come across as clear. Sometimes it's just technology itself, and it can be hard to get across. So that was my speech. Thank you all for listening.
Good job. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'll start mine.
Yeah, I'll mute myself really, really quick.
Okay.